to the O'Neil Show.
Rusan and Monila, I feel like y'all know very, very well that this nonchalant attitude is never ever welcomed by a man because it always makes sure that he's susceptible to anything at all. But you know what? Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Defense is great.
Can I tell you?
But
Amber said that she doesn't need my help with the restaurant anymore.
that's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. She said she found some promotion or PR publicity team to help her out. And they said she said they do a good job. She did her research on it and said that they're good.
So he's okay. In other words, Amber just get up one day and say, you know what, I'm good. Me find some help, and I don't really need your help anymore. And in his mind, he's taught her a lesson. You know what I mean? That basically she must not depend upon him, which is her husband. So I mean, she's going to depend upon him because that's what a woman will do. She's going to depend on it until she can't depend on it anymore. But to him, it just all rosy.
Do you know anything about the company helping him?
Nah, she didn't tell me the name. She just said she got it and she didn't need my help. I mean, I offered, but
That's it.
yeah, she said she didn't need me.
Nice.
I'm proud of her though. I'm proud of her. She's finally figuring stuff out on her own. You know what I'm saying? And not asking me for help all the time. I mean, as my wife, I'm obligated to bail her out of jams.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal with this though. If you're getting into a situation where your wife has to be begging you for help or she can't ask you for help at all, if you're putting your spouse in a situation where them can't ask you for assistance, then it actually means that them not really need you. And you don't want to put yourself into that fray, because that's kind of where that is going. It's like if me ask my wife every time for something and she can't help me with this, she can't help me with that, she can't help me with this, she can't help me with that. Eventually, I'm going to start saying, maybe I don't really need this person around. So you see why that is very, very tricky. Like you can't, that's why you can't really leave a woman for too long by herself like that. I'm not saying it must be right up underneath her craw. That's not what I'm saying. But you cannot leave her alone to be doing things all by herself with no support at all and with no assistance or even checking on it then. You can't do that, because then you leave it open for somebody else to creep in.
But I'm glad that she's trying to do this on her own without me. You and I both know in business you have to have a sink or swim mentality. And you and I, we definitely swim now,
Yeah.
but it wasn't always like that.
No, for sure.
So she's sank sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. So sink or swim mentality. Do you want to have a sink or swim mentality with business? Yes, you do, right? You want to learn to be able to battle on your own and manage on your own. However, and let me make this caveat. People who are very wealthy tend to have other people in their corner that supports them. They create what is called masterminds. Okay? Them create what is called masterminds. That's why the Rockefeller family has stayed powerful for ages. It's not because them telling each Rockefeller personnel to say, hey, you need to sink or swim, so that's about it. No. Because them leveraging whatever it is that the family has or has grasped, they are leveraging that with each family member, because as far as they're concerned, it is the survival of their legacy that matters, not just this I'm tougher than everybody else mentality. And that is what I think Anthony is failing to realize.
Now she's swimming.
She's getting it.
And she's doing it without me. And
It's awesome.
not for nothing, I did offer. So as a married man, sometimes you just have to offer.
Because she'll remember that.
She will remember that.
I like that, because yes, that is true. You are, as a married man, you're supposed to offer, but you must offer early on out. You can't offer late in the cycle. In other words, you can't be offering when she already get the help. That look like you never really wanted to assist her. So that's the only thing with this. So I'm not really get it right, but I said that they're listening to O'Neil.
And if it's, God forbid, if it doesn't pan out, you can always say, I offer.
You offered it.
I offer.
That's
So,
awesome.
that's
And hey, now you don't have to come home smelling like that restaurant.
I don't. But I'm not gonna lie, Miss Shaughnessy's cooking. Boy, that's
Oh, it's delicious.
What?
It's
But I mean,
delicious.
yeah,
but-
just coming
no, that's
home.
just spending all day there, spending time there. Yeah.
smell like. Yeah, I'm good with that.
So see, that's the thing. Anthony doesn't really want to do the restaurant. And what him should have do is tell Amber, Amber, you know what? I'm giving you this business and I don't really want to do the business, but I'll assist you with like the other things that you need assistance with. Now, if he had done that, he would have get some credit, but he can't get any credit because the offer come afterward. So all of this that he's putting up, which is the show that he's putting up, this shamble, is not going to really cut it. But anyway, let me know what you think.